Okay, Kelly. So I cannot say enough how much better this neighborhood is than anything we've looked at. Now, some of the houses in the front weren't probably any better quality than the last two houses when they were new. But even the houses that had some vinyl on them and stuff all have like mature growth trees. I am like a quarter mile from Old Hickory Boulevard, and then you make a left, and then you're probably like half a mile from 65. So um, I'm gonna look at this for the first time with you. I hadn't kind of peeked in yet. It's a drive-it home, which is what you would call stucco, but stucco is actually done on brick or concrete usually. They can have some serious problems, but if you take care of them, they're fine. And the reason why is water can get trapped underneath the drive-it. So when you hear these stories about mold and black mold and all that, and that people make such a big deal about it, and that their house was ruined and all that, it's always a drive-it home. You don't really have mold that destroys homes like the media would act like. I think I've said it before, but any home in the South is eventually going to have some mold. Unless you have a real specific allergy, then it's not going to kill you or even make you sick. But this is the type of house that can get some ridiculous, crazy mold. So you just have to keep it caulked and sealed up real good. These floors look amazing. It's a hand-scraped, pre-finished floor, but I'm not sure if it's wood all the way through. This would be what you would want to put in. I know the dark's kind of becoming a little bit more unfashionable, but I still like it. And I say a little bit, like people are still putting in left and right, but people are starting to like these lighter colors so that they go with the grays and blues that are so popular right now. Wow, yeah, okay. That's a super thick, nice floor. And it is not pre-finished, surprisingly. I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be because of these seams kind of taper in. Makes them a little harder to clean when they're pre-finished. But man, they look so good. That's a big, nice floor. You got kind of awkward tile colors here. It's just got a lot of color in it. Kind of turns out kind of pinkish when you stand off a little bit. I could definitely live with that, but I'd want to take it up. You can see that this was like probably really expensive and really nice. It's just not cool anymore. 20 years ago. It was awesome. Wood-burning fireplace with gas starter. This is my favorite situation here. So you have the gas, but instead of having fake gas logs, which you could easily pipe in, the starter looks very rusted, but you just basically have a pipe with little holes in it. So you put the wood in, but then you don't have to tend to it. You just turn on your starter, let it go till it's burning. You can leave it on the whole time if you want, but once you see it's going real good, you can just turn the starter off. Or you can just leave it on so that as you throw more logs on there, you don't have to hope that they'll catch. But that house I'm getting ready to list, I just put in a whole new set of gas logs, and it was very involved, and I thought, gosh, if that was easy enough, I'm going to put one of those in my house. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Just because I like real wood fires. I love the old intercom system. It'd be hilarious if it still worked. My grandmother, who was loaded, step-grandmother by marriage, ex-step-grandmother, she had one, and it still worked. It was so old, and we used it all the time. She had a 10,000 square foot house. Crepe myrtle, real pretty trees. I like them. It's interesting. They drop a lot of branches, but they're all thin little branches. They're good because they don't drop greasy, nasty stuff on your house and your deck like hackberries do. In fact, I think all of these were intentionally planted at one point because they don't have any like the weed trees like hackberries and stuff. I'm taking my time on this one if you can't tell. I didn't mean to go faster than the other ones, but this is the winter. So this is a trail of some sort that goes behind and between the houses. I've only seen that in one other neighborhood in Nashville, but I've always thought it was really cool. I think I actually showed you a house in the neighborhood out in Mount Juliet. I always thought it was really cool because kids can like get around to other people's houses and stuff without getting on the main street, and same for walking or running. You're not having to dodge cars. And sometimes in my neighborhood, I've been the president of the neighborhood and I've served on the board, and I just don't want to run into people sometimes when I'm running or biking. I don't want to have to be overly polite. I would love to walk these. My wife her dad has those in his neighborhood up in Louisville. Trying to see if I can find it. See how it's caulked right there. That's what you just gotta see. There's like a foam board behind there, so you gotta watch places like, let's see, up here, you know. All right. This is a true French door. You can open that other side. Oh man, it's like such a nice kitchen. It's just, the cabinets are still really awesome, but some of the architectural stuff is weird. I don't know what you call it, it's like Roman columns, or it was what you call them if they're on the front of the house. But these cabinets are super expensive. They've got a little distressed look to them. The shaker style's in more, but yeah, this is just such a nice cabinet. Can't tell you anything about this quality of this in terms of how much it costs, but it's a Samsung, and I'm sure it's pretty high end. Not the brand necessarily, but the model. You get into Viking appliances and all this crazy stuff when you're super rich. All Samsung. That's LG. So LG, but the rest is Samsung. I think you're the one who told me you had a thing about the brands matching. Not the best ergonomic kitchen. They've gone away from putting the sink looking out the back window. That now you spend more time in front of the sink than you do an oven or anything like that. So now they've made that where it faces the living areas more. You're so close to, this is a Brentwood address, you're so close to the county line too. I might have to verify it. I'm sure if it was in Williamson County, this wouldn't even be in our price range. This is a bedroom, but it's being used almost like a mudroom. It's got a vinyl floor laid down. And this floor is very expensive too. It's like a stone tile. Again, just not quite in fashion anymore. Everybody's going to this like wood grain looking tile. It's a bear to clean. They're horrible to clean, but anyway. Awesome little gold light. They even put these super expensive cabinets in here. See if I can get a brand on these. No. Soft close hinges too. Cool. Dude, this is such a cool house. I think I know what this is. I have no clue how to open it. Okay, this is probably a tornado shelter. It could be something for working under cars, but I think it's a tornado shelter. I wish I could get it open. It's a huge, heavy piece of steel, so there must be something I'm missing. Surely you don't have to, you're just supposed to pick that thing up. It could be for working on cars. I have no clue. but that thing is super heavy, so there's some trick somewhere to opening that. Okay. Water heater. Yeah, it's gas, but let's see where the line comes in. There it is. It's down there. Okay. Trying to get a date off of it. Here we go. Probably looking right at it. All right, I'm sorry. I cannot find a date on it. It's not old. It's a little dusty and stuff, but it's not old. And those will last like 10 to 15 years. The warranty's probably 10, but they cycle the water so it doesn't sit and rust on the bottom, so it'll last a long time. Water heaters, the life of a regular water heater is 6 years. I can't believe I had like a 10, 15-minute window. It's the only way I could book this, and then nobody's here and there's no cars. So, I don't know. That gives me a slight bit of hope. Gosh, I wish you had the money they spent on some of this stuff. Look how nice that is. But again, it's just kind of fancy in the wrong sort of way. Nest thermostat. Full treads instead of carpeted stairs. And they're not even, oh yeah, they are pieced. I thought they weren't pieced at all. Oh gosh. Yeah, they're not pieced. Okay, yeah, they're all one piece. I saw that one, I thought it was pieced. So this is solid wood treads, which is really good. It's expensive to put those in. You got this, which is who knows what. If it wasn't right in the middle, it'd be a nice like little bill pay center, but I don't know how you're gonna use that. My friends are Cambodian and they have like a shrine type thing like that. So, get our bearings again. This is where he came up the stairs. This is the landing. It looks over the main part of the house there. I was thinking maybe you could consider closing that in, but I wouldn't. That would be a good office for you. I'm gonna say this is about a 16 by 16. It's on the sheet that you sent me, I'm sure. Yeah, speakers in the ceiling, that's cool. Of course, everything's wireless now, but I know how to make those wireless if you ever wanted to. I just don't know where you would tie in, but glass doors, my sister just took off a bunch of these, and I brought them home because I made a little ballet bar for my girls. But yeah, it's again just not in style at all. That's gold. I don't know. I might would leave them. Maybe not to resell. I might get rid of them when I resold, but you can maybe leave them and just paint that gold. So it's like his and her closets. There's one. There's the other. So also known as Kelly's shoes. The rest of Kelly's stuff. I don't know. You made a comment one time about having a lot of shoes. See, and here you go. Here's this cool tile that everybody likes, but wow, look at that thing. Looks like Prince Philip's. Let me back up a little bit. You got the frameless glass, amazingly cool tub. Crazy thing is with these cabinets and stuff, to match the quality of some of this stuff, you like this vanity, it would still cost you a fortune to put in another vanity that was as nice as the rest of this bathroom. There's your water closet. A frosted door on it. It's kind of cool. All right. It's the view out the backyard. Forgot about that on the other houses. And I know you like the master up, so let's look. This probably was expensive carpet. I'm guessing they had it clean, so that means where you do see stains, they're probably can't come out at this point. This is what you look at out the back. I'm just curious, I've not heard of that brand, but I'm sure they're really nice windows. Okay, so that was the master right here. You saw the landing. This is your, okay, only thing more 80s than that light oak is or honey oak is what they call washed oak. It's got a white color to it. So I might want to paint that. Actually, that's a super cheap light. I mean, I could live with everything in here, but in terms of the quality. But yeah, it's just the gold's probably the problem. Hollow core doors, which are cheap doors. So it's the first bedroom. When you come to the steps, it's like directly ahead of you. Windows looks kind of awkward being high. I guess that really helps with the bed, but it'll look normal from the outside because, I'll show you. Because you got the roof edge right there. Okay, so this one is about 14 by 12. This one you lose a little bit. Well, actually, yeah, so, no, it's about the same. No, this one's got to be more narrow. It's more narrow. Ew, gross. I think they had a dog in here, and I thought that was frosted, but it's some kind of gunk. Okay, that's it. Hope I'm not missing anything. Can lights again. There's nothing wrong with can lights. That type of can is kind of out of style, but I've been putting them in for rehab houses. Just houses I'm listing, not houses I'm flipping or anything. Let's do the master one more time. I'm feeling like you got any questions. It would be in here. Okay. So come in. See if I can. Here we go. See if I can find the media control. It might just be simple as there's just some cables run through one of those wall things. Probably that's all it is. Probably that one right there. But sometimes they'll have like a box for it all. Sort of like an alarm box if you've ever seen one of those. Yeah. Cheap closets. Okay, there's no media thing that I could see. Try to get you a good view of this. I'm probably doing a terrible job with this because I'm looking through my eyes instead of the phone a lot of times. Okay, now I'll walk you out, and I think, let's see, oh, here. That's a cool light. It's a weird switch. There it goes. It's like a button. Okay. So I think the biggest reason this one's probably in your price range is because it's outdated, old, dirty. There. They have these switches that are rocker switches or toggles, but they work like little buttons. So you have to press it and wait for it to turn off. Here's a good way of showing you what drive it is. See, that's foam. So that needs to be repaired. So say water could get in there, mold could start growing. I know you're gonna ask me where these lines are, and I don't know without pulling it up, but I thought I'd check out this trail real quick. Not sure what's back here. It's like somebody buried some concrete or something. I don't know. I'll see if I can find out something on this trail too. I don't know if it goes all behind the houses or if it's just a big loop. It's really cool though. Okay. I think we got it, homie. This one's gonna need new decking too. You could paint it for a while. It's not gonna fall through it or anything. It's not as bad as the other one even. In my opinion, that island's too big, but a lot of daggone light switches. Here. Yeah, I don't know if I showed you how high the ceilings are in this.